It's Monday. And it's Monday. It's in morning.
And let me check my spooky or happy calendar. It's macabre. So we've done both calendar checks, and it happens to be a macabre day today.
What are the chances every Monday you've had that calendar? It's been a macabre day.
It was sold to me by a very sketchy individual who obviously has rigged the system in their favor.
That's amazing. I picture it was like someone like they're like dressed in all robes and they have a cart and you bought it and it was cursed. And then when you went to like turn around after you bought it, they were gone.
Yep. Yeah. Were you there? You know exactly what happened.
I've seen this movie.
Oh, how's it end? Uh-oh.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for any of our listeners.
Ooh, I could be in trouble. Okay. Well, great. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, the show where me and Scones talk about spooky, scary, spooky stuff each week. And you're here again for some reason. So we appreciate your continued listenership. May the odds forever be in your favor.
That was beautiful. Did you just make that up?
Yeah, I did just write that, actually.
Wow. I had no idea what this show was about.
No, yeah, now we know. So I'm Katniss, that's Everdeen. This week.
I like Everdeen. That's a sick name.
Everdeen, bro?
Everdeen?
Everdeen sounds like I'm
an
jock.
Everclear cover band.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Father of mine, where have you been?
Everdeen's a Gen Z jock name.
Yeah, Everdeen is, yeah, exactly. Like, he's the captain of the football team, and he drives his parents' Mercedes. And they're like, oh, dude, it's Everdeen. And then he's like, hey, recycle. And then everyone claps.
And depending on what kind of movie you're watching, he's either a super cool, nice guy or he's the worst.
Yeah. And honestly, nice guys don't exist anymore because
Ooh,
I am
is
not.
That true?
Yeah. Now you have to be an asshole if you want people to like you.
Ah, good to know.
Scones, you smell not as good as you've had in the past.
All right, I don't like the direction we're taking it.
All right, sorry. I didn't mean to bring up your very, very specific problem.
No, let's just keep talking.
Scone?
Just keep riding bikes.
Just keep having fun. Oh, man. I hope no one shows up to your birthday. So this today, I'm going to be bringing scones. Just going to be an asshole for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, what does Mark Wahlberg say in Ted? He's talking to Joel. We'll talk about it later. I don't know. I'm not going to say it.
We've got the TED script in front of us, and we're going to read. Scones is going to be Mark Wahlberg.
We're going to do a table reading. Yeah. Patreon listeners, look out.
Patreon table reading of the entirety of TED.
If even one person said you guys need to do that, I'd probably do it.
I would do it just for fun. But they would also have to provide the roles, because I don't know who would be who.
Oh, true.
You know, and that becomes, I have a fight.
We'd have to be Mark Wahlberg and Ted, right?
Right, yeah, but like, who is Mark Wahlberg, who's Ted, that becomes the question.
Oh, I don't really care at that point.
I want the fans to decide that one. So, anyway, today, Scones, I'm going to be bringing you the story, and we've got a Meaty Boy Jr.
Hell yeah. Meaty Boy Jr.?
Yeah, it's a double Meaty Bacon King, and it's staying humble. So,
dude, we're gonna drop this episode for all the kings out there that dropped it.
Yeah, to all you humble kings out there, this episode's for you. Scones, it's been a while since we've talked about demonic possession. And
I was visiting my grandma the other day. I was just saying that.
Yeah, and she was like, Carter, it's me, your grandmother.
Yeah, I was at confession and I was talking to my priest.
Talking to my grandmother in the confessional booth. I was like, Grandma, I don't think you can be in here. And she's like, tell the man.
Tell the man how little you talk about demonic possession anymore.
So this is an Indie Star article.
Oh, man. Name 5 of its albums, dude.
From 2019 about Latoya Ammons and her family who faced escalating experiences with demons, blessings, and exorcisms. And it's a wild story, and
that sounds super scary.
Yeah, we got little kids getting possessed. We got exorcisms going on. It's got everything you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember
what?
I have a bone to pick with you, actually, Darcy.
You have a bone to pick with me? Oh no.
Yeah, this bone. We're picking it, and like some episode a long time ago, you were like, you know how like movies. Like, the one rule is, like, they don't have, like, violence towards kids.
Yeah.
Dude, this, like, since then, I've thought of so many movies that have violence towards kids.
I think, okay, when you...
I literally watched
Pennywise
devour
Okay, I was going to say,
the
you're talking
head
about, like,
of a
It
kid.
and Hereditary? Are those the two that come to mind?
Yes, Hereditary, The Witch.
Okay, but notice how all these movies were, like, in the last, like, year, 3 years.
Mystic River.
Little River Band.
The Money Man.
The Money Man, Eddie Money's kids.
Dude, rest in peace to Eddie Money. I'm dedicating, I know it's your subject, but I'm dedicating this episode to Eddie Money.
Also, runner-up on this
memory.
episode, it was almost an episode on John McAfee. I was very close to pulling the John McAfee trigger because that dude is a nutcase.
He has had the most insane life that I did not learn about till the past 2 days.
Yeah, I mean...
It's incredible. It's like it needs to be a movie.
I'm sure...
Whether or not you think he was a good or horrible person, like...
Yeah.
That's a movie.
He's definitely not I don't think he's a good person, but he's definitely he's a Bond villain for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And don't get him started on hammocks. If
he considered what was actually legal, and then he just like
he was like, I'm just not gonna do that. I will take that under advisement and do exactly the opposite. Okay, so we got to get into this topic. A woman and 3 children who claim to be good start, Darce, you idiot.
Yeah.
Can't even say the first sentence, you stupid idiot.
Party Rock.
Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Okay.
A woman and 3 children who claim to be possessed by demons. A 9-year-old boy walking backwards up a wall in the presence of a family case manager and hospital nurse. Gary Police Captain Charles Austin said it was the strangest story he had ever heard. Austin, a 36-year veteran of the Gary Police Department, said he initially thought Indianapolis resident Latoya Ammons and her family concocted an elaborate tale as a way to make money. But after several visits to their home and interviews with witnesses, Austin said simply, "I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried."
Wow. Is that where they got the... Wow.
That's where... Yes, so this is when Shrek was first written.
Yes.
This was the...
we're not gonna acknowledge the original Monkeys.
No, the Monkeys
song.
have nothing to do with it. Shrek was the first.
We're gonna go straight
one.
to Shrek.
Yeah. You can't tell that song didn't exist before Shrek was in the mud.
No, Mike Myers doesn't have a career without that song.
Exactly, the residuals
without
he's getting.
Gary Police Chief Charles, whatever his name is.
Yeah, without Gary Police Chief Charles Austin, you don't have the Monkeys, is what we're saying. So He said, "I'm a believer." I might have had a little fun there, if you didn't notice. But not everyone involved with the family was inclined...
I hope someone didn't notice. Someone's out there like, wow, no way.
Wow,
what a music history. What a nugget.
Yeah, right? Not everyone involved with the family was inclined to believe its incredible story. Many readers will find Ammons' supernatural claims impossible to accept. But whatever the cause of the creepy occurrences that befell the family, whether they were seized by a systematic delusion or demonic possession, it led to one of the most unusual cases ever handled by the Department of Child Services. Many of the events are detailed in nearly 800 pages of official records obtained by the Indianapolis Star and recounted in more than a dozen interviews with police. And Scones, I've got all 800 pages right here.
We've got the tapes.
Here we go. Page 1. Intro. It's one of those.
I hope it's just
it's a cute poem or whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like a police tape, like the interrogations, and it's like you hear like the click, and then like the tape starts playing, and then the guy's like,
the tape starts playing.
Do you want a cigarette? Can I get you a cigarette? All right, Darcy. Do you know why you're here? And then it just keeps going. Yeah. We are lawyer guys.
Back to Ted. Anyway, for those who are fearing for their lives, I don't have 800 pages in front of me. So...
You know what the thing is? I think we could both do the Ted and the Mark Wahlberg voice.
That's true. Why don't we do one reading and then swap and then do the other?
Swap halfway through like It's Always Sunny when they do Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. This is a good idea. This is a very solid idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Ammons, who swears by her story, has been unusually open. While she spoke on condition her children not be interviewed or named, she signed releases letting the star review medical, psychological, and official records that are not open to the public. And not always flattering. Furthermore, the family's story is made only more bizarre because it involves a DCS intervention, a string of psychological evaluations, a police investigation, and ultimately a series of exorcism. This is not normal. In November 2011...
Yeah, maybe for you.
Scone's like, this is a normal Monday for me, baby.
This is a fucking Wednesday, baby.
Baby! Scone's, give me your best baby.
A baby.
Ooh,
I peaked there. I destroyed my mic.
Yeah, who cares? Waveforms are for the birds. Babies are forever.
No P's and B's guards over here.
No
doing
P's
it
and
raw.
No, Scone's got that raw audio in your ear holes.
P's and B's.
P's and B's are out the window. In November 2011, Ammons is, what are we doing?
Us? I don't know. Floating on this rock.
Hey, we're just meat
universe.
ships in space, baby.
Yeah, but it sounds like these meat ships had some crazy ghosts.
Yeah, these meat ships had some ghosts in them.
Someone else got into that meat ship who was not the original pilot.
Yeah, it's a hijack. It's a meat ship hijacking.
Isn't that what Possession is? Just a meat ship hijacking?
I think I'm going to title this episode Meat Ship Hijacking. Because that is what Possession is. In November 2011, Ammons' family moved into a rental house on Carolina Street in Gary, a quiet lane lined with small one-story homes. Big black flies started swarming their screened-in porch in December despite the winter chill.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, right? Very creepy start. This is not normal, Ammons' mother, Rosa Campbell, remembers thinking. We killed them and killed them and killed them, but they kept coming back.
That's some biblical shit right there.
Yeah, they're on that biblical... They're about to... The frogs just start falling down their chimney.
This being in Indiana is so perfect, because I feel like for so many times when you wrote a sci-fi or horror movie in history, they're like, we need to make it like Americana, like America.
Yeah, exactly.
And they always just put it in Indiana.
It's always... They're like, what's a state that nobody's ever actually knows about? And then that's it.
Indiana, that's America.
Illinois. Okay. There were other strange happenings, too. After midnight, Campbell and Ammons both said they occasionally heard the steady clump of footsteps climbing the basement stairs and the creak of the door opening between the basement and kitchen. No one was there. Even after they locked the door, the noise continued. Campbell said she awoke one night and saw a shadowy figure of a man pacing in her living room. She leapt out of bed to investigate and found large, wet boot prints. On March 10th, 2012, Campbell said the family's unease turned to fear. Bum, bum, bum. Scones, you leaving boot prints, baby?
This seems like a Warren case.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren is going to be in this bitch any second.
She was so much cooler back when she hunted paranormal stuff.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren got way lamer when she became a politician.
Yeah.
Back when she was hunting
ghosts. Come on. Can you imagine how kick-ass it would be if a senator was a fucking former ghost hunter, like paranormal activity investigator?
That'd be pretty sick.
Dude, you would have my, if I can mail in my next 12 votes, they're all for you to take them already.
Be like, I don't care what your policies are.
Yeah.
You got my vote, brother. So the next section is called 12-Year-Old Levitates. It was about 2 a.m. Normally, Campbell, Ammons, and her children would have been asleep, but they were mourning the death of a loved one with a group of friends. Ammons, who was in Campbell's bedroom, startled everyone by screaming, "Mama! Mama!" Campbell said she ran into her bedroom, where her then 12-year-old granddaughter had a friend were staying. Ammons and Campbell said the 12-year-old was levitating above the bed unconscious, which, I mean, we've all had those kind of nights.
We've all had those sleepovers where the mom comes in and you gotta go under the covers real fast, but you're levitating too high.
Yeah. The mom's like, "What's going on down there?" And you have to put the Red Bull away, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
I have to hide my Game Boy under my pillow.
Yeah, I have to hide my Game Boy up my butt.
Baby. So this is really scary.
Yeah. This is horrifying.
So the mourning is for someone who's not in the family. It's a friend.
A family friend has died, and then one of the kids was so sad that they left gravity behind. And floated above.
They're like, fuck, I don't even care what Isaac Newton says.
Yeah, they're like, bro, 9.8 meters per second can fuck itself. And I'm like, squared. Ammons and Campbell said the 12-year-old Ammons and Campbell said the 12-year-old was levitating above the bed unconscious. According to their account of events, Ammons and several others surrounded the girl, praying. Campbell said she remembers being terrified. That's a fair feeling. If I go downstairs and my daughter's just floating above her crib, I'm not going to be like, and I thought it was the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Listen, I don't have any details, but I remember I was scared.
I don't remember much, but I remember being real creeped out. I thought, what's going on, Campbell said. Why is this happening? Fair thoughts. Very rational lady.
She should run for office. She seems approachable. She should run for office, She's thinking what I'm thinking. Saying what I'm thinking to say.
Yes, she's thinking what I want to say in her thoughts through her mouth, what I'm thinking, what she should say when I'm thinking it.
You know, I'm just a sayer, not a thinker. We need thinkers and sayers.
We need more thinkers. We've got too many doers. Bud Light.
Our new sponsor, Bud Light. We have too many thinkers. Just fucking do it. Drink it. I don't care. Do it. Jump off your house into a pool. I don't give a shit. It's Bud Light Summer, baby.
It's Bud Light Summer. That's Everdeen. He's doing it.
Oh, it's also hashtag #RatBoySummer.
Oh, yes. For all of our listeners, it is hashtag #RatBoySummer. So get your best rat boys out there and get them into pool party clothes and send pics over.
Eating crumbs, living in nests. Boy Summer, baby.
Also, if you want to dress up like a little nest that they have with like a cute little door as if they're kind of like the borrowers in a way, that's extra cute and extra summertime. So
and chew holes in your drywalls. Like, you only live once. Who cares about your security deposit?
Put Albert poo holes in your drywall.
Wow.
He's had it too good for too long.
Dude, he has. He's like sneaky one of the best players of all time. But anyway, we should probably get back to the...
Yeah. Eventually, Campbell said her granddaughter descended onto the bed. The girl woke up with no memory of what happened, Campbell said. Campbell and Ammons said the people who were visiting that night refused to return. That's fair.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, do you want to go back over to the Ammons? They're like, oh, is that the place where that girl literally broke physics? Nah. I'm going to stay home and watch the game.
That's okay. Last time we slept over, it was just a funeral and the friends started floating.
Just death and physics defying moments. Campbell says she remembers telling her daughter, we need help. We need to talk to someone who knows how to deal with it. Campbell's and Ammons said that they didn't know exactly what it was, but they believed it was something supernatural. They called local churches, but most refused to listen, which is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, I figured they'd be on that.
I was going to say, I'd be like, we're sending over Father O'Malley, Father Robertson, Father Williamson, Father Sinson.
Especially in like the Midwest?
Yeah, right? Eventually, after listening to Campbell and Ammons talk, also, if I was a priest, I'd be like, finally, this is the shit I'm in. I'd be cracking my knuckles. I'd be doing like push-ups in their driveway, getting ready.
I'm whipping out the dope cross for this one, baby.
Yeah, that's when you pull out, you have like a guitar case that's shaped like a cross from your trunk, with a giant-ass cross in it.
You have like flasks of holy water you're ready to smash at any moment.
Yeah, I'd rock one of those helmets or like hats with the 2 beer holders, but it'd be holy water.
Hell yeah. Just a super soaker filled with holy water.
Yeah, dude. Super soakers. Holy Water Super Soaker is a sweet indie band.
It is. If I ever am in a Christian rock band, it is 1,000% going to be Holy Water Super Soaker.
Holy Water Super Soaker. Eventually, after listening to Campbell and Ammons talk about the house and visiting it, officials at one church told them that the Carolina Street house had spirits in it. They recommend the family clean the home with bleach and ammonia, then use oil to draw crosses on every door and window. At the church's suggestion, Ammons said she poured olive oil on her 3 children's hands and feet, then smeared oil in the shape of crosses on their foreheads.
She cooking them?
She sprayed Pam all over their heads.
Why olive oil?
Fried them for 20 to 30 minutes, and had a delicious dinner.
Is that a Christian thing? Olive oil? Did demons hate olive? I thought it was like salt circles.
No, I think they were just... No, they were out of gabagool, so they had to go with the olive oil.
You gotta. If you're out of the gabagool.
Demons hate gabagool.
Always.
Campbell's and Ammons also told the Star that they reached out to 2 clairvoyants who said the family's home was besieged by more than 200 demons. The 2 clairvoyants were Elizabeth Warren and Ted Cruz. So...
First of all, 200... Well, The
200 demons is like, how do you come up with that number? I'd be like, can we get an appraisal?
Dude, you're breaking like fire codes. There's no way you can legally have that many.
Yeah, right. How many people are allowed in a house to begin with? You are
that's
COVID
so
too?
many. I didn't even know there were that many demons.
Yeah, they got 200 demons, which is a comically high. It's just so
It's
absurd.
so high. The clairvoyants were just like, let's fucking send it on this one.
Yeah, they're like, yo, watch this shit. And then he walks up to him and he's like, all right, listen up. Here's the deal. And they're like, what? We got like a demon, like a bagul. And he's like, close.
You got a whole high school worth of demons in here.
We got the whole class of 98 in here. And boy, are they pissed. Oh, boy. So the best thing you can do is move, Ammons remembers the clairvoyance telling her. But moving wasn't an option for a cash-strapped family. Also, sick advice, bro. You're a professional. Shouldn't you have like better advice than just fucking move?
Yeah, the best of the best for dealing with demon possessions. Their only thing they can do is tell you to move.
Yeah, move. As if you hire an electrician and they're like, I could screw in a light bulb, or you could just leave this home entirely. You're like, I don't think that's quite what we're looking for.
You got cockroaches. You might want to just buy a new one.
Instead, well, this is where it gets badass. Instead, Ammons said she took a clairvoyant's advice and made an altar in the basement. So she's like, this is the scene where in John Wick where he's breaking the floor and he's pulling out the guns. She's like,
but
all right,
she's just making a church in her.
Yeah, she's like, well, if the church won't come to me, I'll fucking come to the church. So Ammons covered an end table with a white sheet, then placed a white candle and a statue of Mary, Joseph, and Jesus on it. She opened a Bible to Psalm 91, which said, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. She said...
The callback. Also, can we talk about why Joseph? He seems like kind of the odd one out here.
Yeah, Mary makes sense. I mean, I don't know. How would you set up your altar?
Dude, you gotta have like some other the holy people in there. Like Peter, doesn't he become like a pope?
Peter... I don't know, dude. You need the whole... I mean, there's 200 demons. I don't know if the three of them can take them on.
Joseph just kind of watches everything.
Saints.
He's just kind of the stepdad. He's like, I don't know, dude. Like, wasn't me.
Wasn't me. She said she and another person donned white T-shirts and wound white scarves around their heads. Classic. A classic demon fighting attire.
I mean, I don't leave home without it.
Which this puts into question clairvoyance. Like, the bullshit meter is so off. Like, they're like, okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tie fucking white scarves around your heads.
And I can't wait till it doesn't work.
I can just see the clairvoyant like with a bunch of other clairvoyants, and they're all giggling in the background. She's like, "Shut up! Okay, here's what you're gonna do."
They literally just pick like the like most obvious like look around the room thing to fix it. They're exactly. Like, priests wear white. Wrap it around your head, as much white clothing as you can.
So Ammons does this, and then also on a clairvoyant's advice, they burn sage and sulfur throughout the house, starting upstairs and working their way down.
Why sulfur?
The smoke was. I don't know.
I thought sulfur was like the evil smell.
The evil smell? Oh, I guess
it doesn't hell smell like
sulfur? Maybe it's like a...
Or I don't know my Christian mythology enough to know to remember exactly what hell smells like.
The smoke was... Well, you can tell me next week. The smoke was so thick that they could hardly breathe. Ammons drew a cross with the smoke. The person she was with read Psalm 91 aloud as they moved through the house. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilent that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. They rhymed day with day. I think that could have been improved.
That's just lazy writing.
It's just lazy writing. Ammons said nothing odd happened for 3 days. Then things got worse. The family said demons possessed Ammons and her children. Then ages 7, 9, and 12, the kids' eyes bulged, evil smiles crossed their faces, and their voices deepened every time it happened. Which turns out they were all just hitting puberty. No, so yeah, apparently they just started getting like classic movie possessed. So Campbell said the demons didn't affect her because she was born with protections from evil. She said she and others like her have a guardian who protects them.
Dude, that's like you.
I know. That's like so me as an Aquarius.
100%.
100%. If you're not an Aquarius, you better get a white t-shirt and a white scarf and put it on your head.
Oh, I'm getting possessed right away. I'm holding the fucking door open for that guy coming in.
So Ammons said she felt weak, lightheaded, and warm when she was possessed. Her body shook, and then she said she felt out of control. You can tell it's different, something supernatural. The youngest boy, then 7, sat in a closet talking to a boy that no one else could see.
Oh, God, that's
wait,
horrible.
hold on. Wait, it gets creepier. The other boy was describing what it felt like to be killed.
No, stop.
Pretty rad. Stop it. Can't go there, but
I got a little chills there, but woo.
Yeah, spooky dookies for your Monday spooky bookies.
Yeah.
Campbell said the 7-year-old once flew out of the bathroom as if he'd been thrown, and a headboard once smacked into Ammons' daughter, causing a wound that needed stitches. The 12-year-old would later tell mental health professionals that she sometimes felt as if she were being choked and held down so she couldn't speak or move. She said she heard a voice say she'd never see her family again and wouldn't live another 20 minutes. Some nights were so bad the family slept at a hotel. Finally, in desperation, they went to their family physician, Dr. Jeffrey Onyukwu. I'm not even going to... It's a hell of a last name. Ammons said she told him that they were going through what they were going through, hoping he might understand. Onyukwu told the Star it was bizarre. 20 years and I've never heard anything like that in my life, he said. I was scared myself when I walked into the room. He said he would not speak in more detail unless Ammons had psychiatric clearance for a waiver of confidentiality she had signed. In his medical notes about the visit, Dr. O wrote delusions of ghosts in home and hallucinations. He also wrote history of ghost at home and delusions.
So,
what?
Sounds like, wait, the second time you said that, just history of ghosts at home.
Yeah, history of ghost at home.
They just
this
did
is
that part's not a
ongoing.
delusion, it sounds like.
Yeah. She's got chronic ghost issues.
She's got ghosts at home.
Ghosts at home.
That would suck so bad to just have ghosts at home.
Yeah, Casper's just like, I spill on your couch. Like, damn it.
Stupid ghosts at home.
What Ammons and Campbell say happened next also was detailed in a DCS report of a family case manager. Oh, that's so creepy. Sorry, Jenny's walking in the booth. Come on in. I felt this.
Can I make a comment?
Make a comment. Jenny's been outside on a computer, so she's been hearing everything, but only from my end.
Of course, she's a producer. She's working.
Sometimes it gets so bad that they go to a hotel.
Yes.
So what are they? What is their check?
Yeah.
Oh, we're back. The 200 demons are really wreaking out.
They're really
today.
having a
Like,
bad night.
They're like, back with the kids, huh? She's like, gets me every time. That's just... nothing.
Yeah.
Just 200, you gotta get out of there. No one's sleeping with 200 demons in there. And again, if the fire department ever finds out, she is in deep shit.
Yeah, she's in some trouble. What Ammons and Campbell say happened next was also detailed in a DCS report of a family case manager's interviews with medical staff. Chaos erupted. Campbell said Ammons' son cursed Dr. O in demonic voices, raging at him. Medical staff said the youngest boy was lifted and thrown into the wall with nobody touching him, according to a DCS report. The boy abruptly passed out and wouldn't come to, Campbell added. She cradled one boy in her arms. Ammons held the other. Someone from the doctor's office called 911, and Dr. O said 7 or 8 police officers and multiple ambulances showed up. They couldn't figure out exactly what was happening, he recalled. Police and emergency personnel took the boys to Methodist Hospital campus in Gary. Ammons said hospital personnel laughed at her desire to anoint her son in olive oil. Which is sad.
It is very sad, and also I raised that question as well.
I couldn't talk to them, she said, so I talked to God. The boys woke up in the hospital. The older boy, then 9, acted rationally, but the youngest screamed and thrashed, Campbell said. She said it took 5 men to hold him down. Meanwhile, someone called DCS and asked the agency to investigate Ammons for possible child abuse or neglect. The caller, who is not named in the DCS report, speculated that Ammons might have a mental illness. The person believed the children were performing for Ammons and that she was encouraging their behavior. DCS family case manager Valerie Washington was asked to handle the initial investigation. She gave the following account to police, and in her intake officer's report, it said, Hospital personnel examined Ammons and her children and found them to be healthy and free of marks or bruises. A hospital psychiatrist evaluated Ammons and determined she was of sound mind. Washington interviewed the family in the hospital. While she spoke with Ammons, the 7-year-old boy started growling with his teeth showing. His eyes rolled back in his head. The boy locked his hands around his older brother's throat and refused to let go until adults pried his hands open. Later that evening, Washington and registered nurse Willie Lee Walker brought the two boys into a small exam room for an interview. Campbell joined them. The 7-year-old stared into his brother's eyes and began to growl again. "It's time to die," the boy said in a deep, unnatural voice.
No.
"I will kill you." So we got some... The reason this is crazy is that there's witnesses, right? Like
DCS is involved, and because at first it sounded like it was just going to be like, that would be really sad if it was just one, really schizophrenic mom or something, but...
Right. But now there's people in this room. Now it gets crazier. While the youngest boy spoke, the older brother started headbutting Campbell in the stomach. Campbell grabbed her grandson's hands and started praying. What happened next would rattle the witnesses, and to some it would offer not only evidence, but proof of paranormal activity. According to Washington's original DCS report, an account corroborated by Walker, the nurse, the 9-year-old had a, quote, weird grin and walked backwards up a wall to the ceiling, then flipped over Campbell, landing on his feet. He never let go of his grandmother's head. Hand, not head.
Jesus.
Grandmother's hand. Yeah.
Let's go in X Games mode.
So he's going. He had the do. He walked up the wall, flipped over her, and stood there. Walker told the Star, "There's no way he could have done that." We've got a literal nurse being like, "I fucking saw this dude walk up a wall." Hey everybody, Darcy here. We had an audio issue that caused the rest of the episode to actually cut out, although we were about 3 minutes from the point you're hearing right now was when we cut it for the end of part 1. So I will just have to cut it earlier as the end of part 1 here, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode so far, and part 2 will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. And above all, sorry for the abrupt ending, but have a good Monday.